Okay, so today I want to show you how to set up your email marketing solution. I'm going to demonstrate ConvertKit, but you're free to use any email marketing solution you choose. I personally use MailChimp. I use MailerLite. I've used Moosin. I've also used Flowdesk. I've used Constant Contact. I've basically used all of them. So feel free to use whatever email marketing solution you're comfortable using. I am going to demonstrate ConvertKit. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get started. So the first thing that you're going to do, you are going to browse to convertkit.com. When you get to this screen, oh, by the way, if you already have ConvertKit, just follow along with the steps in case when you were setting it up, there's some things that you may not have done that I'm going to show you. So for those of us who do not have a ConvertKit account, we're going to click sign up for free, verify that you are not a robot. And then I'm going to fill in the information that they ask. I'm going to do hello@salesaccelerator.com. I'm going to create a password. I'm going to agree to the terms of service and I'm going to get started. And of course, it would say that that one is already taken. So let's just do info@salesaccelerator.com. Okay, so now we're going to answer the questions that ConvertKit asks us. And they do this just so that they understand how we're going to use this. And this lets them know what type of tips to send to our mailbox. So I am going to say that I'm just starting out because I need to grow my mail list for the Sales Accelerator. I'm going to click continue. And with the free account in ConvertKit, I think you can have up to 1,000 free. So I'm going to say that my audience is going to be 1 to 1,000. Our goal is to grow it. And then I'm going to give it information. I'm going to say it's the Sales Accelerator. And I'll continue. And by default, it gives us a domain to use. So every time I send an email, it's going to come from salesaccelerator.ck is ConvertKit.page. Whenever I create a landing page, it's going to be salesaccelerator.ck.page/ whatever I name the landing page. We are going to use our own domain with this, but for the time being, I am just going to click continue. And then it asks what type of creator or am I? I don't think any of these fit. If there's one of these options that fits for you, select that one. I am going to say other, and I am going to type in systems, strategies, and I'll click continue. And I want to grow my list because that's what we're basically going to be doing. And I'll click continue. And then when I give it information, it's going to try to go to that site that I give it, and it's going to look for my logo. It's going to look for my brand colors because it's going to try to set ConvertKit up as much as possible with my brand information. So I'm just going to type in Sales Accelerator. Then you can also list your social media profiles. And what it's going to do is store it so that anytime you get ready to use your social links in an email message, they're already there. So I am going to use the structure over chaos one for these since I don't have the sales accelerator. And then you can add however many you need to or want to. I'm only going to add Instagram and Facebook. And then I'll click continue. And so what it's doing is looking at salesaccelerator.com. And if it can find a logo in my brand colors, it's going to try to pull them into ConvertKit to make it easy for me to use ConvertKit with my branding. And just be patient because it takes a little while. But when it's successful, it really makes it easy for you because it will brand ConvertKit with your brand colors, with your logo, your fonts, anything that it can find to use. It tries to incorporate that into ConvertKit. So just bear with it a little bit longer. And as my sales accelerator is really just a sales page, I'm not sure if it's going to have much luck finding it. And I think that may be what's taking it so long because it's not a true website. It's just really a sales page. It's definitely trying to connect to it though. And I don't know of a way to expedite this. So okay, so now it has finished and you can see that I'm on a trial. So you know that I've just set this up and it's telling me that my next step would be to create a landing page. That's not what we want to do just yet. We're going to click on our profile and we're going to go into settings and we're going to set this up the way we need it to be set up. At this point, you could upload a profile picture. Um, I like to do that just because if you bring on somebody on your team, it's easy to differentiate which account belongs to who. So I usually would upload the profile picture and I would go through and fill all of this out. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to take you to those settings that I really want us to look at right now. Here, under the general settings, you can upload your brand colors. It was unsuccessful with getting my brand colors, which I figured it would be, but this is where you could add your brand colors, which makes it easy when you're creating your landing pages and even your email messages. So this is where you can, under general, is where you would add your brand colors. Under email, you can see right now, I set it up as info@salesaccelerator.com. You can see it's pending because as soon as I created this account, ConvertKit sent an email to info@salesaccelerator.com. And once I verify the email, this pending status would change to confirmed. So initially it's going to be pending until you click on the verify email that you've received from ConvertKit. Make sure that you set the default time zone to be your time zone. The reason being, if you don't pay attention to the time zone and you think you're sending an email message out at a specific time in your time zone, your timing may be off. So I would change this to the time zone that's appropriate for where I live. I live in Central Time, so I'm changing it here. Also, enter your mailing address. By default, it's going to have ConvertKit's email address, mailing address, but change this to reflect yours. And you don't have to change anything else. I'm going to click save on this. Make sure you save your settings as you go. And the next thing we're going to do is domains, because we want to use our domain, not ConvertKit's. Notice that the ConvertKit domain is what we called it. We want to use a custom domain. So you're going to click on add a custom domain. And I'd like to use email. So mine's is going to be email@salesaccelerator. You can do info. Well, this one is already taken, so let me get creative and I'll say info@salesaccelerator.com. We haven't set up a homepage yet, so we don't really have one to select. So the domain that we are setting up is going to be called info@salesaccelerator.com. That means I'm not going to have anything that's branded to ConvertKit. Notice here it says app.convertkit.com. Well, it's going to say info.salesaccelerator.com. So I'm clicking next. And now it's telling me that I need to go to my domain provider, and these are some of the values that I need to enter. So I try to make this a little easy on myself by writing these down. So what I'm going to do is just take a print screen of this. So I know exactly what I'm changing. Move this to my other window. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is open another window, or tab rather. And I'm going to go to GoDaddy because that's where all of my domains are. I'm going to sign in. And because my password is saved, I can just click and automatically sign in. I'm now going to go to my products. And it's going to load all the products that I have with it. So I am going to browse down to the Sales Accelerator domain that I want to use. And here it is. I'm going to click on DNS. And then what ConvertKit told us to do was to create 3 A records. And it told us exactly what the A record should say and the values it should have. So I am going to click on Add Record. I'm creating an A record, and I want mine to be info@salesaccelerator.com. So I'm going to type info here because I'm creating a subdomain, and I'm using the values now that ConvertKit said I should use. 3.13.222.255. I'm going to click save. And now I'm going to create another A record because it asks that I create 3. Again, this is going to say info, and this value is going to be 3.13.246.91. I'm going to save, and these are the values that ConvertKit said we should use. I'm going to add a new record. This is going to be an A record, and this is the last one. This is also going to be info, and this is 3.130.60.26. Click save. So now I have updated those records. I go back to ConvertKit and I click on validate, and it says it can take up to 24 hours to update. But since I know I added these exactly with the information that it provided, I know that the next time I come back and I click validate, it's going to, ConvertKit will now see the info.salesaccelerator.com. And so then I'll be able to use that within ConvertKit. So that's the main thing I wanted us to set up. And let me know if you have any questions or if you run into any problems with any of the steps that I've shown you.